Hi, this is Tutor and this is Word Origins 145. The word origin today is crapshoot. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's go right to it. If someone says that something is a crapshoot, it is a venture that is highly risky or unpredictable. And it depends mostly on luck. So it's not impossible that you can't make money from it. You might, but there's a lot of high risk and there's a good chance you're going to lose money. And also, the second meaning is a game of craps. You know, if you've ever gone to a casino and you see where they're throwing the dice at that table, well, that game is called craps, and that's actually called the crap table, that you gamble on that table. So it's definitely gambling in a casino. All right, let's continue. The term crapshoot is derived from the game of craps. It is easy to understand where the shoot in crapshoot comes from, because one needs to throw the dice. It is like shooting the dice, basically, or shooting it. However, why is the gambling game called craps? See, I've always kind of wondered this, because, of course, in American English, we hear the word craps. We think of maybe poo-poo. I mean, what does that have to do with this game? What's the connection? Why would anybody name it that? So let's continue. The game craps had the former name of hazard, and is played in all the casinos in the U.S. and many gambling houses around the world. The word hazard formed from the Arabic word azar, meaning dice. So it was originally called hazard, and it eventually changed to craps. Okay. There are two possible theories about the name changing to craps. One is that the French referred to the 2 and the 3 dot spots, on the dice, was called crabs, and this was eventually corrupted to be called craps. And when we say corrupted, it means people just started pronouncing it incorrectly. They used to call it crabs, and they just started calling it craps by pronouncing it wrong. And we have a second theory. The second theory is the game hazard entered the U.S. in the French-speaking New Orleans in the 1800s. It was originally called the name of Crapshoot, from the French term for toad, like a frog, toad. The reason it got this name was because of the position of the players, who were always crouching over the dice on the floor or the sidewalk. So they were crouching over like a frog. So they started calling it Crapshoot, as for toad in French. Okay. Crapshoot eventually was believed to be shortened to craps, and that's where we got craps from. That's the belief. All right. And we got 3 examples to show just how it would be used, for crapshoot anyway. It would be a real crapshoot to open that business. It has some chance of success, but it is full of risk. Okay, or number 2, I know some analysts think that cryptocurrency is a good investment, but I think it is a real crapshoot. So you might be right. I mean, you could get lucky, but there's a high chance it may not be. Or number 3, I think that stock is too risky to invest in. It's a real crapshoot. So, yeah, I mean, there is some chance you could be right, but too much risk. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.